From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
An anti-racism rally erupts into a street brawl when a man shouts the N-word at a protester.
A mother demanding answers after her son with special needs is attacked on a school bus.
It was the most horrifying thing that I've ever seen.
And it's what didn't happen after that has her so angry.
I can't get that out of my image.
That image she's talking about is this school bus video showing another child with special needs attacking her son.
The boy's parents concerned for his health and want to know why they weren't told about it. Jermont Terry has been digging on the story, joins us now live from Walled Lake with some answers. Jermont.
Karen, the boy's parents believe that the school district and the bus company not only downplayed what happened on that bus, but simply tried to cover it up. And only after the parents demanded to see the bus video did they learn the true extent of what happened to their son on his ride home. It's been a day of online entertainment for this 13-year-old. But Cal McFarland's parents are worried about what's going on internally to their son with autism.
It boggles my mind that they wouldn't say something.
Cal, who's nonverbal, originally came home with this scar on his face.
Oh, Cal hit his head. He was hit it on the window.
It turns out his injury did happen on the school bus, just not the way it was originally explained. That's Cal getting attacked by another child with special needs.
But I can't get that out of my image. It was the most horrifying thing that I've ever seen.
Just as the bus monitor removes the other child's restraints at the stop, the boy jumps across the seat. Listen as that kid's mother is told what happened.
You just attacked that little boy.
But minutes later, when Cal exited the bus monitor nor the driver never mentioned the episode.
All they had to say is there was an incident. You know, we'd like you to look into it. You may want to have Cal checked out. None of it. And then after that, you'll see the conversation that they have after that.
And just come back and forth.
And it turns out Cal's scars are from another assault minutes before. Watch as the same child reaches over the seat, scratching him. Cal screams for help, but is ignored.
Boys down, guys, please.
Remember, Cal's parents were never told there was an incident with any child.
They should have never left that house. They should have stayed there and called dispatch and said we had an incident.
Only after demanding the meeting with Walled Lake school leaders and the bus company Dean Transportation did they find out what really happened on that bus ride.
The way the adults on the bus handled it is just disappointing isn't a strong enough word for it. It was terrible. And, very mad, very mad.
And Cal's parents have taken him out of school, and he is most definitely not getting back on the bus anytime soon. I should say that they also fear just how often this may happen on the bus, and kids and parents are not informed of what's happening, so they are most definitely demanding answers. We should point out that the school district and the bus company told us tonight that they have an open investigation about how the monitor and the bus driver handled or did not report the incident. But they also stressed that child safety is their #1 priority. Reporting live tonight, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
And Jermont, as they mentioned, they have an investigation open that can take some time. Are there any immediate changes the district is going to put into place?
Karen, we tried to figure out if the bus monitor was even suspended, disciplined in any way. They wouldn't tell us anything, but Cal's mom was under the assumption that the bus monitor has been reassigned, at least until this investigation is underway.
All right, thank you very much.
Completed, I should say.
All right, thank you, Jermont.
A rally against racism turns into a street brawl when a man uses a racial slur while talking to a protester. Students at the University of Michigan rallied outside the Student Union Square, and police had to get involved. Mara McDonald live in Ann Arbor. And Mara, I guess students marched their way all the way to the president's house.
They sure did, right where I'm standing right now, Devin. The students came on here, clogged the lawn. They put up some posters on the door. But now all the kids have gone home and all the remnants of the rally are gone as well.
Justice, no peace.
Students blocked traffic to show their anger over a sophomore at the university having his dorm room door defaced over the weekend with a racial slur. And while there were a few near misses with students nearly getting hit by traffic, things didn't escalate until a man got out of his car.
Say something to me. Say something.
It devolved into screaming and punches, and he called one of the protesters a racial slur. Police had to intervene. They stopped the brawl and took him into custody.
And you drunk.
You're drunk? You're causing
And you're attacked,
I'm trying to save you from you.
With that situation diffused, protesters continued their chants and walked down to President Schlissel's home, where they hung posters and chanted on his lawn. Early in the evening, he met with students from the Black Student Union about the issue. Trey Stearns, the student whose West Quad dorm room door was defaced with the slur, was in the crowd.
I went to South Quad across the street to grab breakfast, and when I came back to my dorm, I saw that I had the N-word on my door deck, my name tag on my door, and it caught me completely off guard.
The resident assistant in the dorm reported it to the university. Trey says the school reached out immediately, and he appreciates the support from everybody who came out tonight, but the whole thing is overwhelming.
You never really know the impact that it can have on a person until it happens to you. And for that to happen to me, it completely, it was so shocking. It was pretty devastating.
Back here live, Trey tells me he's not going to let this derail his education here. He just simply can't believe it happened in what he calls his learning community. And Devin, Karen, Trey's from Detroit, proud grad from Osborne High School. We're live in Ann Arbor tonight on the campus of the University of Michigan. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
After Maria, the storm has lost its major hurricane status, but the damage is already done. It's down to a Category 2 storm tonight, but could regain strength and become a major hurricane again by tomorrow. The destruction is widespread across Puerto Rico. Homes are destroyed, streets flooded, and the power is completely out. The storm is now tracking away from Puerto Rico and towards the Dominican Republic.
And search and rescue efforts continue in central Mexico after yesterday's powerful 7.1 on the Richter scale earthquake. Rescuers are desperately trying to save the victims trapped under dozens of buildings that collapsed during the quake. Much of the search and rescue efforts focused at an elementary school where dozens of fatalities have been confirmed. Many children and adults, though, are still unaccounted for. Anxious relatives and friends just continue to wait for word about their loved ones.
Soap dispensers are at the center of a disgusting discovery at Metro Airport. Dispensers were tampered with and a bodily fluid was found in some of them. The discovery was made last week at the North Terminal. The airport says there's no cause for panic, but the dispensers are being replaced. The fluid is being tested to determine exactly what it is.
Meanwhile, the FAA is investigating after pieces believed to be from an airplane were found in backyards near Metro Airport. A Spirit Airlines flight returned to the airport on Monday night after experiencing engine failure. The FAA thought the pieces were contained to a runway, but it's now trying to collect those additional pieces to determine if they are indeed from the plane and if they're from the same one. The investigation could take weeks to get through that. Billionaire Dan Gilbert out to change the Detroit skyline. Today, the founder of Bedrock Real Estate announced 4 new developments for downtown Detroit, totaling more than $2 billion.
The plans include a $900 million development of the old Hudson's Tower. That will be a mixed-use neighborhood. The old CompuWare building in Campus Martius will get a $95 million expansion. Monroe Block will get an $830 million project that features a 35-story office tower. The old Book Tower will get a more than $300 million overhaul. Gilbert says this is just the beginning.
We got to start thinking big, because this is nice, but we got to make up for several decades here, right?
The 5-year project could bring as many as 24,000 jobs.
And by the way, Gilbert said today Detroit is a legitimate contender to reel in Amazon's second headquarters, and a team of 30 to 40 people are working on the bid, he says, around the clock.
Bill Gates transformed our lives with his computers, but tonight he's apologizing about a very popular process we all know how to use.
Also, he turned the tables on a robber, and now he could be the one paying a price. Why the robber's mom says her son is the victim in this video. Andrew?
Well, Karen and Devin, we had 82 for a high today, 10 degrees above average, 10 degrees below the record. Still warm out there right now. How much warmer does it get over the next few days? We'll talk about that. And Maria, now a hurricane still with 110-mile-per-hour winds. We'll talk about it and how it may impact parts of the Atlantic coming up.
But first, she's the judge in one of Metro Detroit's most controversial cases, and she saw a problem from the beginning.
It just seems really fishy, the whole thing. If you read the trial transcript, it
it doesn't make a lot of sense.
The judge who presided over the White Boy Rick case shares her story for the first time to the defenders. It's an exclusive you'll see next.
Rick Wershey is finally in Florida to serve the rest of his time behind bars.
And as that chapter begins, we're hearing from the judge who examined every file in the case and thought something just didn't add up. Kevin Dietz has this Defenders exclusive.
She was the judge in charge of the White Boy Rick case and immediately recognized a great injustice. Tonight, for the first time ever, Judge Dana Hathaway is sharing her story.
The county wing is now in session. The Honorable Dana Margaret Hathaway presiding.
It was a move that had the whole country watching. Judge Dana Hathaway calls Rick Wershey Jr. into a public courtroom. The media getting its first glimpse of the teenage drug dealer once known as White Boy Rick in decades.
He is entitled to be resentenced with consideration given to his youth and the circumstances surrounding the crime.
The judge was going to throw out Wershey's life sentence for dealing drugs as a 17-year-old and resentence him. But prosecutor Kim Worthy objected to the Court of Appeals and won. Wershey stayed in prison another 2 years, waiting for a chance at parole.
Since then, I've gotten pregnant, had my third child. Third child has had a first birthday. It's while someone else sits in jail for a crime they committed as a juvenile.
Judge Hathaway calls the Wershey case a tragedy.
It was beyond ridiculous that a juvenile defendant would get such an insane sentence.
Saying at nearly every turn, the Wershey case was mishandled.
It was just rife with injustice. From the parole board hearings to his original sentence to all the changes in the juvenile lifer laws that had happened across this country.
I asked her if she thought it was a conspiracy to keep Wershey locked up all these years.
I can't speculate as to what was actually going on, but it just seems really fishy. The whole thing.
She says she never heard of the controversial case until it landed on her desk. She asked a colleague about it and found out her own grandfather was right in the middle of it all back in 1987 as a Wayne County judge.
I asked them, have you ever heard of this person the media used to refer to as White Boy Rick? And they said, oh yeah, you know, your grandfather called him worse than a mass murderer and gave him $1 million bond. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's the guy that I'm decided to re-sentence.
Judge Hathaway says that doesn't change her opinion, insisting Wershey should have been released early for helping police catch dirty cops from behind bars.
He was helping the government. I mean, that's been verified by affidavit after affidavit.
Instead, he became the longest-serving nonviolent juvenile in Michigan history.
She's the first one that's had the backbone to say it, and she's the first one not to care what other people thought, and I have tremendous respect for her for that.
By phone, Rick Wershey thanked the judge for her efforts and courage to speak out. He has left Michigan and just arrived in Florida, where he's in prison and must serve time for his part in a stolen car ring 11 years ago, a crime committed from behind bars.
I'm not saying he should have committed a crime. Why wouldn't he? What has he got to lose? If he thinks he's going to be in there for the rest of his life?
Wershey thought he would die in a Michigan prison. Now that the Michigan life sentence is over, he knows freedom is coming.
I'm great. I'm out of Michigan, so every day I'm one step closer to freedom.
The biggest asset we have is time. And every day, it doesn't go back in the bank the next day. You use what you have that day, it never returns. So it's sad. I feel bad for him.
The state of Florida just updated Rick Wershey's file. His current release date is April 20th, 2021. Of course, he can apply for early release and get credit for good time. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
Just don't get remarks like that from a judge.
That's
in
true.
a case following it.
Yep.
Here's a look at what Evrod Cassimy is working on for tomorrow night at 11.
The Q Line, Quicken Loans, and Bedrock. Dan Gilbert has done a lot to revitalize here, downtown Detroit. But what about the neighborhoods where real Detroiters live?
All we want to see is the best Detroit possible. We can't have the best Detroit unless the neighborhoods and the city are one organism and growing together.
I'm Evrod Cassimy. Tomorrow at 11, I go one-on-one with Dan Gilbert himself as he explains what he's doing to help and revitalize all of Detroit.
All right. Thank you very much, Evrod. Andrew is here taking a look at our evening. It was gorgeous out there this evening.
Yeah, we're summer stretch here.
I know, still warm and lovely. It gets even warmer tomorrow. We stick with 80s all the way through the weekend. Right now we've got mostly clear skies out there. Here are the overnight lows. Nice and comfortable overnight tonight with temperatures that fall back into the middle and low 60s. I mean, around 65 degrees right here in the city of Detroit. Same thing over in Romulus, southern Oakland, southern Macomb counties. Same sort of deal. So a good looking night for tonight and remaining dry. Lovely as we look at downtown Detroit. Beautiful skyline, as you can see, with a temperature of a mild 70 degrees right now. Visibility is looking good. Winds out of the south-southeast, keeping us warm all day long at 5 miles per hour. All right, over to Maria. It's already slammed Puerto Rico with 155-mile-per-hour winds. Some places on the island over that when you add that right hook. The forward speed plus the circulation, that's nearly 160 miles per hour or greater. But it has decayed a little bit since moving over the island, but you can see now the eye reforming. Remember at 6 p.m. we talked about re-intensification? Well, it's over those warm waters once again. Now it's lashing parts of the Dominican Republic. The eye is just going to be north of the coastline here and still over these warm waters. I'm talking about water temperatures in the middle 80s. Hurricanes, tropical systems, they love this. So I wouldn't be surprised if this storm actually increases from the Category 2 where it is now, 110-mile-per-hour winds, to a Category 3 within the next few hours, possibly when you wake up tomorrow morning. Now, it will diminish once again, but you'll notice Jose just off the coast, causing some rain showers and some gusty winds across Cape Cod, remains in this area off the New England coastline as we go into next week. So as these get closer with winds that are counterclockwise around Jose, it may keep Maria offshore. Now, it's not guaranteed. As you know, these models can change, so keep it updated right here on Local 4 with updates tomorrow morning, also online on the weather page or clickondetroit.com, and a brand new feature, a hurricane layer that's on our app, the Local Forecasters app. Search for it now in your app store and download it for free. Just search for WDIV. 70 warm degrees also for our friends in Ferndale. Overall, a nice mild night right now, and boy, was it hot or what to our west and to our south? This is where the warmer air is coming from. 92 in Chicago, 97, close to 100 today over in St. Louis. That warm air remains over us and keeps flowing in as we go over the next 24 hours and even into the weekend for the first full weekend of fall. It will still feel like summer. So 65 degrees overnight, fair skies, maybe a little patchy fog by morning. Sunrise is at 7:20. We're out of the 60s and well into the 70s by noontime tomorrow with a high temperature of 85 in the afternoon. Only a slight chance of an isolated shower by 4 p.m., but most of the day remains dry. Fall begins on Friday. It won't feel like it. 4:02 is the start with the autumnal equinox, 86 for a high. Even middle 80s into Saturday and Sunday. Unbelievable.
Stretch, yeah, already.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Well, she is going to battle over $75. One woman taking her fight against a speeding ticket all the way to her state's Supreme Court.
Principle, right? And why a Good Samaritan is about to get sued for stopping this armed robbery.
An eviction on Detroit's west side leads to the discovery of 2 young children living in a filthy home. It was packed with shoulder-high mountains of trash, and there was human waste in the bathtub. Child Protective Services responded to the scene.
Popular Como's restaurant in Ferndale abruptly shut down at noon today for health code violations. Inspectors say they found spoiled and outdated food, dirty equipment, and raw meat stored with cooked meat. Como's was shut down last year, you'll recall, for similar reasons. The owners say they'll be back open, though. A California man who stepped in to stop this armed robbery may face legal troubles of his own. When the robber threatened a Starbucks barista with a gun and a knife, the Good Samaritan whacked him with a chair. The robber managed to stab him, but then he managed to wrestle the knife away and stab the robber back. Well, now the robber's mother is considering suing the Good Samaritan because she believes he used excessive force. The robber remains in jail facing robbery and assault charges.
A woman over in Iowa is taking a small claims case to the state Supreme Court. She's fighting a speeding ticket. She says an automated ticket camera clocked her as speeding when she wasn't. She says it was icy that day, so it was impossible for her to go over the speed limit. The ticket is for $75, but the woman insists she's innocent, so she is doing whatever it takes to clear her name, if it means appealing to the highest court.
Interesting strategy. Well, he is one of the richest men in the world, and today Bill Gates apologized for something many of us do all the time. While speaking at a forum in New York, the Microsoft co-founder apologized for making it so annoying to log onto your Windows computer. Gates admits Control-Alt-Delete, the 3 fingers needed to execute that single command, is awkward. And he says if he could go back in time, he would change that.